a lot of people have asked, they're so good, how in the world did you get trained staff like this in the middle of essentially nowhere? I mean, we're in a very small town. They're like, how are your people? They're so professional. And that's just modeling. That's just kind of showing them what we expect. But before that, in my previous life, I did some training for a company that I worked for in customer service. So I do have some background in that. And I was lucky enough to go to Seattle, Washington, to a Nordstrom customer service training. And we all know about their level of customer service. And the one thing that I remember and took away from that and realized that we have done unintentionally is this one phrase that old man Nordstrom said when they said, how do you get these great customer service people? He said, hire the smile, train the rest. Is basically, you see the person, they walk in, how do you feel about them? How do they make you feel? Do you feel like they represent, all the things that we're trying to do that meet our brand? And if they do, by golly, and if they have no experience, we'll work with them and we'll train that. Of course, if that doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. But boy, 90% of the time it has. And our turnover rate is, oh, wow, what would you say? Our turnover rate is
very small.
I can't even put a percentage on it. Those who have been coming to dine with us since 1999 still are waited on by many of the same staff because it's become their career and their family. They make a good living at it and they feel part of the family. So they know everything and really a lot about our business.
We actually hired people for their personality, not what their qualifications were. That was really important because a lot of times what we'll find is that if you hire someone based entirely upon how much experience they have, you also inherit their bad habits, not just their good, not just their experience, but you get their bad habits. Whereas if what we would look at is basing it almost 80% on what the personality was. And by doing that, you kind of get a feel for how they're going to fit in with the team. That's so important because if you have a tight team, excuse me. 3, 2, 1.
That's so important.
That's so important because if you have a tight team and you put someone in that is not a good fit for the team, it can create a little bit of a riff. Just by putting one more personality into the mix, it changes the whole dynamic of the team. So you want to make sure that person is a good fit. And that's why we based it primarily upon personality.
I try to make everything on the table as possible. I let them know what to expect. I let them know expectations. I find out from them what their expectations are because it has to be a good fit on both in order to be part of the family. Experience obviously is crucial, but experience only gets you so far. If you come in and you don't work well with everyone else, it becomes a tense environment, then experience really kind of goes away because at that point you're bringing everyone else down. And that they are told that in the interview process. It's real important that you get along as part of the team. Love to have you as far as your experience level, but we all need to grow together.